Hi everyone, let's go through my high time frame, medium time frame and low time frame preferred scenarios, including potential trading setup. So on the high time frame, I'm looking for this WXY, where inside X we were looking for an ABC expanded flat, which hit the target area and the minimum requirement of taking the highs of A. Price is now moving impulsively to the downside, and I have two scenarios over here. One is that we are going to have a 5-wave move down, impulsive, 3-wave correction, and then another 5-wave move to the downside, basically creating a zigzag. The second scenario, which is actually the one I would prefer, is a ABC, a 3-wave move in A, which then is a zigzag by itself, followed by a 3-wave move in a bigger B, and then a 5-wave impulsive move down for C. And the reason that I would like this has two reasons. First, we backtest this support area as resistance. So this support area is still untouched after we broke through. We never actually backtested it, so it would be quite a nice basically short setup over here. And another reason is that many people on the internet will shout that this was the low, this was wave 1, this is then 2, and then we are going up for a wave 3. So many people are going to become bullish once more if this high is taken, which therefore means there's a lot of liquidity because people are buying, maybe into the pockets of the market makers, which are filling their short positions in this area for then a move to the downside in an expanded flat wave Y on the higher time frame. The target for wave Y is about 10.8k, the 0.618 taken from the high of W, the all-time high, to the low of this W to the high of X. And as you can see, it has nice confluence with these highs over here, which have never been tested after the bull run of 2020. So that could be a very nice target indeed. Now on the medium time frame, I have the following scenario going on, where currently I'm looking at this as a 1-2-1-2, and then in the blue count, this is a 3-4-5. Now the official target for a wave 5, like the blue count wave 5, an extended fifth I should say, is the 1.618 over here inside the blue target box at about 18.9k. It also so happens it has confluence with a daily naked point of control, as well as this small little range, because over here there's nothing here, no structure. So having support over here, besides the 3.236 by the way, which is incredibly well respected at the moment, there's not much going on. So I would like it if price goes down just a little bit more to touch this range and the other supports that we have over here. But this is fine as well, because I just want to highlight we have a little bit of a target area over here. The green fibs are for the green count, so the 1, 2, the 1, 2 over here, 1, 2, and then 3. And in a wave 3, the 3.236 is a very valid target for an end of a wave 3. And at the moment, we have literally been wicking inside the 3.236 and then having this bounce so far. So maybe this can be the beginning of potentially a wave 4. If that is the case, then you can see I have a target box over here because there are a couple of naked point of controls in this area. First of all, we just hit this time naked point of control and found some resistance, but over here there's another time naked point of control, as well as 2 daily naked point of controls in this area. And we have a little bit of a order block over here. So during the move down, one candle here in the 4-hour went up, and then we had this impulsive move to the downside. So that's why this is interesting from an Elliott Wave perspective. It's interesting because the target of wave 4, or the most common target of a wave 4, is between the 382 and 0.5 fib, which also is in nice confluence with everything I just mentioned. So I would have no problem at all for price to eventually go through this white target box to reach this one over here. What is nice though about the white target box is that if we look at the volume profile of this whole range, the value area high of this range at the moment sits at 20.8k, which we have just backtested as well, by the way. So in order to go to the blue target box, we have to move out and back in again. That is no problem, but it's just something to note, I think, on a higher time frame. And because we are at least back in the range once more, even when we go out, the region, or the fact that we got back into the range creates a high probability for price to go to the point of control of this range, which currently sits at 16.8k. So the trading setups that you see over here on the medium time frame at the moment So first is, well, we have a target box over here with some interesting levels. That's why the potential long setup, again, no financial advice over here, it's educational based on Elliott waves, could be here. The stop loss, we don't really know yet because it depends on the price action that happens over here. Of course, a long setup here is possible as well, but there's only a 3.236 over here and there's no structure. So, you know, we're playing probabilities here. We're not catching knife. We're not gambling. We're trying to create a solid like idea based on Elliott waves, right? So if we don't get this scenario, that's no problem. We still have this potential short scenario as well, depending on how price is going to develop over the weekend. Very likely it's just going to range and do absolutely nothing. So potential trading setup then entering somewhere around here. Stop loss, I put it now above wave 4, but you could put it above wave above the 0.5 fib as well, because that is the invalidation for wave 4 usually. But just, you know, better safe than sorry. And then trading to the downside in a potential wave 5. Now on the lower time frame, not much is too different from the medium time frame count. Of course, you can see I've been in a lot of detail over here, which actually cost me a lot of time when I did that. And then we have the same target as the medium time frames over here, because it doesn't really make too much sense to now try and count, Elliott wave count, this structure over here. We could go in lower time frames and try to think, okay, this is a 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't really matter because now we're ranging probably throughout the weekend. We're ranging, we're getting more information, and it's then better to stick a little bit to the higher time frames for more clarity. But for my detailed low time frame count on how I did everything of this and how this eventually led to my medium and high time frame count, check out this video. And for my 3 high time frame alternative scenarios, check out this video. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and see you at my next Bitcoin update at 1 p.m. Central East European time today. Bye bye.